guys. I'm thinking of starting a new series, and don't worry, the perfume series is still going on. But this one is more dedicated to Why does it always thunder when I'm making a video? Anyway, can't edit Mother Nature, right? Anyway, I wanted to do a series that is beginner friendly because I would have loved to have had a channel where it was like beginner tutorials and makeup perfect for beginners and application tips rather than seeing crazy looks, which is kind of how I dove into this whole makeup process with YouTube. Maybe that's why I have a love for crazy makeup, who knows. But I wanted to start a series talking about the face and ways to define, highlight, and just add a healthy glow to your skin. So today's video is going to be about something that can be very difficult for a lot of people when you're starting off with makeup, which is chiseling the face or defining the face or using bronzer. So I'm going to talk about brushes as well as products as well as helpful tips. Alright, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to begin with some of the brushes that you're going to want to use or you're going to want to have on hand. And these brushes come from different companies that you can find at your drugstore, Target, Whole Foods, a whole line of products. Places to buy these brushes. So the most common brush to apply bronzer is a angled brush. I can't speak today. There's this kind where it's like fluffy and angled like this. There's more densely packed ones where it looks like this rather than like that. The two ones that I own, well, I own three, but these are my favorite two, come from Sonia Kashuk, which are available at Targets, and Gotta Be Urban, which is available at Kohl's. Then there are the brushes that you would use if you're kind of just starting. You don't want to apply it very detailed. You want to kind of just apply it, get it over with, and make sure it's blended. And for that kind of a usage, if you're doing it out the door, I suggest larger brushes, like a flat kind of like skunk brush like this. You could use your skunk brushes from MAC, like the 188, 189, I don't know, there's 188 section, or you could just use a big fluffy powder brush. Mineral Fusion, I love their company. You can find these at Whole Foods, and Essence of Beauty, you can find these at CVS. So notice the products that I'm talking about for brushes are easy. You can get them anywhere. Unfortunately, the bronzers that I'm going to be talking about are more higher end, except for one of them. So now I'm going to get into the products that I'm going to kind of demo for you guys. The first product that I really love are palettes. Now there's a good and a bad side to palettes. The good side is that palettes can sometimes come with a pretty color that they usually make the palettes thinking about what color blush would look prettiest with the bronzer. So this is one that I got from Fresh Cosmetics, and this is their Here Comes the Sun face palette. It comes with two bronzers, one's lighter than the other, as you can clearly tell, and then there's a pretty pink blush right in the middle there. This is a great palette because it works for me. The reason why palettes can sometimes be bad is because that palette isn't always going to fit your skin tone, meaning that not everyone is going to work with the NARS Laguna bronzer. Not everyone is going to not all these colors are going to look good on everyone's skin tone. And that goes for every bronzing product, which is why you really need to be careful and just really look at the colors and see how they complement your skin. Because more often than not, you'll buy a palette that looks really pretty because you love that blush in there, but the bronzer is just way too dark for you or way too light for you. This palette's great because there's kind of two options as bronzers. One's a little deeper and one's a little bit lighter. So that's one palette that I own. Palettes are really nice. There's also an Estee Lauder palette, but this kind of goes with what I was saying. You get two blushes, but that bronzer doesn't really look good on me, and it might look good on Shelly over here, but it might not look good on me. So I have two blushes, but I don't have that bronzer. Then there's the famous bronzers, which is like NARS Laguna, and there's like another one from NARS. Something with Las Vegas in the title. Anyway, it looks just like this. Very dark. You want to use a light hand with this. This looks good on other skin tones. Not my own, but I work with it. Then there are the different actual consistencies of bronzer. There's creams, there's stick bronzers, there's powder bronzers, and then there's pressed bronzers. So now we'll get into talking about each and every one. Bronzers, like NARS's, are perfect for people with oily or normal skin. But for people with the dry skin, kind of like myself at some point, the bronzers that you really want to look for are the creams that I have to show you guys today. One is by MAC, and it's their Beach Bronze. This came with their To the Beach collection. It is a cream bronzer. It looks like that. You apply it on, it turns to a powder. Great for oily skin. I mean, not oily skin, dry skin. So that's really good for dry skin. Then there is the type of bronzer that looks good on fair girls. Like myself, I'm kind of fair, but not totally. But for anybody that's fair out there, you might want to go for a peach toned bronzer rather than that dark brown, because the peach tones are really going to complement your fair skin, but they're still going to look beautiful when the sun hits you. My biggest suggestion to the fair girls is buying a stick bronzer or peach toned cream that will look best on your skin tone. And one of my favorites is the e.l.f. All Over Color Stick, and this is in Golden Peach. Golden Peach, yeah. You can find this at your local Target or anywhere that you have e.l.f. cosmetics near you. It looks just like this. It's a peachy bronze. So again, as I was saying before, sometimes putting on the darkest bronzers and you just really desperately wanting to look tan, it's not going to it's not going to give the effect that you desire for your skin. So you can see the peach and the dark bronzer. The dark bronzer, it looks okay on me if I work with it, but honestly, putting the peach bronzer where that dark bronzer could have been really helps. So now I'm going to talk about actually where to apply bronzer. Now you guys have heard this all before in videos all over YouTube, I'm sure. You want to apply bronzer where the light naturally hits your skin. What does that mean? That means places like your forehead, your nose, your chin, your cheeks, pretty much all over. So you could do or the backwards E technique, where you would simply take your brush, dip it in whatever bronzer you love. I'm going to go for the peach bronzer today, and you can just get your brush in it. And usually I just like applying the stick because it's very sheer, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'll just show you what you're going to do. You could just kind of start like right here where your jawline is, and it's different for everyone. So right here is like my jawline, and you can tell by kind of like touching and kind of making the fish face and starting like right here and kind of blending that out, but then going like around your temples and then all over your forehead. You don't want too much bronzer on your forehead. You don't want to look as if you have bronzer on. You want to look as if you're naturally glowing and naturally bronzed. So you want to make sure you're blended out. You want to make sure there's no blotchy spots, because you don't want that. And you just want to make sure that your shape and everything is fine. So this is the backwards 3 or E, whichever way you're looking at it, going down here. And don't forget down the neckline, because what that's going to do is it's going to kind of instantly slim your face, meaning that it's going to add shadow. And when you add shadow, you're kind of you're minimizing the size of your face or wherever you're shading in. It's the same with painting and same with drawing. Shadows equals more defined, highlights equals, like brighter. So you would just go simply like this, down the bridge of your nose and a little bit on your chin, and that's all you would do. In the next episode of this little series that I'm going to be doing, it's going to be highlighting, so we'll be focusing on that next. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first part. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or feel free to email me at gbonita3795@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it helped you out. Alright, have a great night, guys. Ciao!